to the Wayward Gourmands. Happy New Year 2019. Again, we're still in soup season. It's a little cold, so today we're going to be making
baked potato soup.
That's right. We're going to be taking these potatoes and turning them into a nice rib-sticking soup for a nice cold day. I'm going to dice these things up. We'll be back in a minute, get them in the pot, and show you how it gets put together. Have a potato.
Wait, let me eat this thing.
Alright, welcome back. I diced up a half-inch dice on 5 pounds of russet potatoes. Got them in the crock pot. That's the beauty of this. It's a crock pot. You kind of set it, you can walk away, and it'll be ready when you come back later with just a couple easy steps at the end. So, we have our 5 pounds of russet potatoes diced up in about a half an inch. To that, we're going to add 10 cloves of minced garlic.
This would be a good weapon for a vampire.
Yeah, absolutely. You never know when a vampire is going to stop by.
Okay, that will never happen, but because that was made up. Sorry.
You can use 1 large onion, but in this case we're using onion powder, or granulated onion. It's about 1.5 tablespoons.
I'm just going to make an eye. And just put some of this down the eye, pupil, and just put it all around, and done. That's my eye!
You do it with flair. And then I have a heavy tablespoon of seasoned salt.
This isn't heavy. Oh.
No, it is not very heavy.
How is this a tiny, tiny bit heavy? This is like 1.25.
By comparison, if you were that big, it would be really heavy.
This isn't even like...
Oh, just dump it in a pot.
Oh. It's a red eye. So it's scary. And that's...
And a good healthy pinch of black pepper.
Hey, I'm not even done with this.
Well, finish pouring it in.
You know it's a volcano. It erupted on Potato City.
And then we're going to add 8 cups of chicken broth.
Uh-oh, the sun fell and it exploded. Now water's destroying. Oh no! It's actually getting out. Now it's
It'll be fine.
Now it's just a clear eye.
Now we're going to put the lid on, and we're going to cook this on high for 6 hours, or you could do low for 10 hours. But if you're, if you need some time back, you could do it on high for 6 hours. We're not going to film the whole 6 hours, so when this is ready for our next steps, we'll be back. See you in a few, right?
Yep. Oh.
Okay, welcome back. It's been 6 hours. This has been cooking on high. We have to work on our time management because unfortunately my sous chef had to go to bed. So I'm going to be finishing this one solo. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take a couple of scoops of the potatoes out with a slotted spoon because you're going to want some chunkiness in here. You don't want it totally pureed. Hey, you know what? If you want it pureed totally, that's entirely up to you. We prefer to have a couple of chunks in there. So I'll put this back in after I have it all blended up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our handy dandy stick blender and we're going to start breaking these down. Alright, now this is almost totally broken down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add 2 sticks of cream cheese. And you want to make sure you drop them in there so they splash all over the counter. No, not really. And you're going to notice as this breaks down, obviously the soup is going to become much lighter in color, not fat content. Just added a pound of cream cheese in. Alright, so after that's all integrated in there, you're going to take bacon that I actually threw in my small food processor and chopped it up nice and fine. All the amounts are going to be in the description below, so you don't have to worry about, you know, how many you know, pieces of bacon or whatever. Again, you can leave them all in there and puree them all. I also kept the skin on the potatoes, only because I think it adds a little bit more flavor, and I enjoy it that way. I mean, you're more than welcome to peel them all if you want. If you want to peel 5 pounds of potatoes, I would rather get a root canal. So now here we go. You're going to see that this is a really nice, creamy soup. Let's get that out of there, make it pretty. It's just super. I mean, I think you're really going to enjoy this, and it's one of those comfort foods that, you know, if it's cold and rainy and miserable out, a nice bowl of this, just sitting on the couch, all tucked under the blanket, is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, you can add to it. I mean, it is fully loaded, so, I mean, add a little shredded cheese, maybe a little bit more bacon crumble, some chives, maybe a dollop of sour cream. Boom. Come on, how does that look? I mean, that looks fantastic. I mean, it's essentially a baked potato. Only one thing left to do, and that's try it. I'm going to get a little bit of everything in there. Yeah, it tastes exactly like a fully loaded baked potato, except you're eating it with a spoon. It's the saltiness from the bacon. That was another thing. You noticed that I didn't put any salt in here, and that's because the chicken broth is kind of salty, and then the bacon is kind of salty. So if I added salt to this, it would have been too much. But this is just really fantastic. Why don't you come in here and come in? What do you mean we don't have a cameraman? What kind of budget does this show have? Oh, none. Okay. All right. Well, I'll see if I can get you a picture of this up close, but I'm telling you, this is fantastic. Super easy. You could start this in the morning before you go to work, and you're going to have a home-cooked, hot meal when you get home. And it takes 10 minutes afterwards, and you're eating. It's fantastic. Thank you very much for coming back to the Wayward Gourmands. Happy New Year. Hope to see you soon. Again, everything is going to be in the description below as far as how you make this soup. And we hope to see you back. I'll speak for my sous chef who had to go to bed, and I'm sure he says Happy New Year. He loves you all. Thank you again. See you next time.